Hey guys, as you know, 2019 is coming to an end. It was a very transformative year for a lot of us. I've been seeing it online, just talking to people out and about. 2019 for me personally was big, good and bad. At the beginning of the year it was very rough, and towards the middle kind of picked up, and now towards the end it's going pretty good. But who's to say that didn't happen for other people? Could have started good and went back down. But regardless, this video is going to be my biggest 19 takeaways from 2019. So let's get it to it. So before I start, I want you to know I wrote these down, and I'm going to order first, and I'm going to explain them. So I just wrote like headlines, but we're going to talk about them. So if you have something to say, please feel free to comment. And, I'll respond. We'll talk about it. Maybe you feel a different way than I did. So number one, I have, if it's not a yes, it's a no. So that for me, that just means don't invest your time and energy into someone who isn't sure about what they want in regards to you. So that can mean, hey, so instead of somebody asking you, when can we meet up? Hey, can we meet up Monday? Meet up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. Instead of that's showing, hey, somebody's committed to seeing you. They're actively trying to set a date with you versus someone's like, hey, so we'll meet up soon. I'll see you when I get time. I'll let you know. Those aren't signs of commitment. Now everybody might not agree. Some people are okay with whatever the situation is. And these are, like I said again, these are for me. So, like I said, if it's not a yes, if it's not a definite yes, anything else to me is a no. And that's the way I'm looking at it going forward. Number two, it's not breaking promises that hurt, it's the process. So, for me personally, that means, okay, I'll say it like this. So in 2019, I made a lot of promises to a lot of people, and arguably I've probably broken every single one of them. And I don't think it's per se the promise that I broke. It's the way I went about it. So without getting into too many details, it could have been like, hey, so I'm committed to doing this for you. And instead of me not only not doing it, I consistently show you I don't care about the promise that I made to you. So for me, if that was to be done to me, it's like, hey, so I'll just say somebody in my life that's like obese, like morbidly obese. They're committing to me, hey, so I'm gonna lose 50 pounds this year. So maybe they have every intention on losing this weight. But let's say someone's like, hey, so I'm gonna lose 50 pounds, but I'm going to not only not do it, I'm gonna continuously eat unhealthy. When you question me about it, I'm gonna tell you my business. I'm gonna make every excuse in the world not to lose this weight. I feel like that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, it's not you're not losing the 50 pounds that's hurt so much. It's still way that you went about it. I just don't have that. I don't want that kind of energy in my life. So for me, I'm not gonna continue to put that energy out because I don't want that to be for me. Number three, don't pressure anyone to do anything. Let them know how you feel and see how they carry that. So that's a big one for me. I am a talker. I consistently, if nothing else, talk about how I feel. Especially in recent years, going to therapy and all because of things. But that's that's a big one for me. I feel like at this point in my life, I'm 28. I should be able to tell someone, regardless of their relationship to me, how I feel, and it can go one or two ways. Actually, it can go both, but just for this conversation, it can go two ways. Um, it can go, hey, you acknowledge what I'm saying to you, and you try your best to accommodate the situation, compromise, or at least talk about it. One. Two, you can listen to what I'm saying to you and then still go on to completely disregard it. So, hey, Sideshow Bob, I don't like that you talk about me. Or not even talk about me, I don't like that you lie on me. Sideshow Bob goes, alright, Kurt, I understand that, but then continuously do it. That's number two to me. Option number one, hey, Sideshow Bob, I don't like that you consistently lie on me. I understand that, Kurt. I lie on you for A, B, and C, probably Z. But going forward, I'm probably not gonna stop talking about you, but at least when I do, I'm gonna make sure it's the truth. Bam. Okay, we don't came to compromise. You're not gonna stop talking about me, but you're gonna make sure this the stuff that you say is going to be facts from here on out. I can deal with that. I don't want to have someone in my life that not just the lying shit. Just I don't want someone in my life, period, that is not going to be able to not listen to what I have to say and acknowledge it. I'm grown. I'm a grown man. I gotta acknowledge that I talk a lot. I talk about my feelings a lot more than other men do, probably. At least the men in my life. I know that. I know for a fact. I talk about my feelings a lot more than you. I also feel like if I'm giving this to you, the person I'm doing it to, I'm doing it to you because I'm giving you the responsibility and holding how I feel. And I hold that in high regard, so I don't just do it with anybody. So if I'm doing it for you, give me the respect to acknowledge how I feel. Number four, you're going to be the villain in someone's story. Just make sure your own book is well written. So you're not always going to be a good guy. It's just not gonna happen. You know, someone's always gonna have something bad to say about you. That you can deal with that. Me personally, I can deal with that. I mean, I know for a fact I can think of probably at least three people right now that when this all said and done, their chapter in their book that involves me, I am the bad guy in it. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. I can't write somebody else's story. So what I can do is control my own narrative. So hey, so maybe it was that I've done bad to that person, or I've done bad to that person's loved one, whatever the case is. Can I go back and take it back? No, I can't. Can I apologize for it? Yeah, sure. Can they accept it if they want to? It's their prerogative. Can going forward, can I try to address that behavior and make sure it doesn't happen again? Absolutely. So all I can control is what I write about my own self. Every story, every great story I'll say has a good, it has the evil, and then the good triumphing over the evil. So my good was good at some point. Me being evil is, to be honest, it's like I guess like the early to midpoint of 2019. And the latter part of this year is my good triumphing over my evil. So being at the point where I am now, I have to recognize that. I say this all the time, and I don't know if anybody watching this ever heard me say it, but you, when you're doing bad things, or if you're like have bad traits, you're usually the last one to see it. So this is the time when people are telling you something about yourself that you necessarily don't see yourself. Hey, so for me, let's just say, hey, Curtis, you're an asshole. Um, Hey, you probably necessarily don't see it like that. Everybody likes to claim they're an asshole. I think it's something people think is cool, it's not. But anyway, let's for the sake of conversation is that, hey, Kurt, you're an asshole. I don't see that. I think I'm great. Because clearly I think I'm great because I'm the one carrying myself the way I am today. Now, The second part of that is when you go to address these behaviors, you're always going to be the first one to see the improvement. Everybody else is going to see it last because it's within. So the day that you recognize, hey, I'm no longer an asshole, nobody else is going to see it because it's within you. You decided that day, hey, so I know I've changed. Now, for someone else to see it, you have to show consistent behavior. You can go one day without being an asshole, and then someone like, you know what? Kurt was an asshole that day. Maybe he might be tomorrow. It has to be consistent. You have to show consistent behavior for someone to see change in you. When I made this process for me, that said, hey, Kurt, you're gonna get your shit together, and you're gonna, be a better person. Some people didn't see it right away. I mean, some people probably don't see it now. But the people who have, and I definitely appreciate you guys. It was a process. I can't just show up at somebody's doorstep like, hey, so I'm changed, love me, or hey, I've changed, accept me in your life, or whatever. It has to be consistent. So that's where I'm at with that one. Number 5. One, there's actually someone older than me said this to me, and it didn't mean anything. I'll say it didn't do anything for me in the moment because I was angry, and I just didn't want to take heed to it, but I do now that I'm in a conversation life. So, number 5 is maturity allows you to forgive people who aren't sorry and are not going to change. So, there's a lot of things with this one for me because I've personally been through a couple situations where I have been the one that needed to be forgiven, and I also have learned to forgive others. So, for me being the one that needed to be forgiven, when someone chooses to forgive you, you can't be selfish about it. Like, you can't be like, hey, so you over it yet? Or, hey, so when we gonna get past this? You don't get to determine that. You did what you did, and you have to deal with the consequences of that action. So, um, hey, Kurt, you slapped me, and I didn't like. Not saying I was slapped me because that's not me, but Kurt, you slapped me, and I'm feeling hurt. Like you disrespected me. You really hurt. You embarrassed me. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get over this. I don't care. It was just a slap. Why are we still harping on this? Wrong. I did it. I'm the one that slapped you. I don't get to tell you when to get over it. I have to deal with the consequences of that action. So if that means, hey, so you want to talk about it every day until you get over it. If I so choose that I'm going to commit to moving past this, I will talk about it every day. If I repeat the same shit to you all the time, that's what I got to do because that's what you want to do, and that's what you need to get over it. I can deal with that. Part 2 of this, me being able to forgive someone else, knowing that they possibly will not change or aren't sorry for the action. So, do I know some people who have openly said to me they aren't sorry for what they've done? Yes. I've known people who say, hey, I am not going to change. Yes. How do I feel about those people? Depends on the relationship and what they did. So, I feel like if there is someone who I am committed to having in my life for whatever reason, I need to decide within myself, hey, can I get over this knowing that they aren't going to change that behavior? Can I? Probably. Depends on what it is. So let's say for me, it's the same thing. Somebody slapped me. Can I get over that? Yes, I can get over that. You know, for me personally, a slap is, a slap is a slap. Uh, if somebody slapped me, I probably deserve it. I honestly haven't been. I've been slapped once in seventh grade, but it wasn't. I got slapped because somebody else did something they thought it was me. So they ain't had nothing to do with me. Other than that, I've never been slapped. Kids, just random side note, kids. You get kids to love them. You try to do your best, and they throw things. So they just they do that. Oh, and they yell too. But anyway, like I was saying, I've never been slapped. But if I got slapped at this point, because I've never been slapped, if I got slapped, I probably deserve it. I don't think actually that sounds so bad. But if I get slapped, let's just say I have a hand in it. I did something to make somebody want to slap me. So could I get over it? Possibly, yes. I definitely could, and also it just depends on who did it. But dealing with somebody who you know isn't going to change on a serious note, you have to gauge that relationship with that person and think about, is it worth it to you? It might be, it might not. You can be able to get past it, depending on the situation, depending on the person, and depending on the severity of their action. So that's one. Number 6, attention seeking from your partner isn't a bad thing. You're an adult. Act like it. So I cannot stand people who say things like, "Hey, I'm good. I don't need you to pay no attention to me. I don't need you to love me. I can love myself." What are you in the relationship for then? I just that it blows my mind. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I don't need my wife's attention. I do. That's why she's my wife. I want her attention. If nobody else cares about me, I want my wife to care about me. I want to be able to be having a bad day, and I go to my wife and be like, "Hey, so I had a bad day," and she be like, "Oh, babe, let's sit down, let's talk about it." That's what she's there for. She's there to build me up when I'm feeling bad. She's there to pick my head up when I'm looking down and I'm tired. If I'm feeling ugly for some reason, she's there to be like, "Hey, so you look good." She I don't give a fuck what she say. Like, just say, "Hey, so I really appreciate you. I I want attention from my partner. Why is that a bad thing in 2019? I don't get it. I don't know if it's like a generational thing or something that we think is cool now. Hey, so I don't need you. If you're single and you're out here doing your business, whatever, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people that are in relationships, and you're talking about, hey, so I'm good on my own. If you're good on your own, be good on your own. Don't be with somebody and be like, hey, so I don't need you. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, you're in a whole relationship. Be in that relationship. Be proud of it. Be loving. If there's a moment in life when you should be loving, it should be when you're in a relationship. I feel like that's self-explanatory. Don't be so prideful that you are just so hardcore all the time. Because most of the time, when you're like that, you know, you just end up by yourself. Unless somebody's hardcore with you, and you're just hardcore all the time. Go be hardcore with that.